The American. Do you know what that is? It's the idea of Kristi Noem to have a new reality show where immigrants compete against each other to win American citizenship. She said it's not like the Hunger Games, even though it sounds exactly like the Hunger Games. What do we think of this idea?
I mean, college campuses are running contests right now to see which students can hate America the most. Maybe we can have a contest to see who loves America.
All right. Thank you, guys. It's time for New Rules.
And I was amazed by reading some of these quotes from Biden State Department people who are like, man, I wish we could have done this stuff.
I mean, yeah, they're saying that because they wish their own president had been awake long enough to do anything like this. I mean, this is the problem. People respond to leadership.
We know in this state, there's no way a person can live in this state on a normal salary. They're just, and that's one reason.
So you can either start OnlyFans or get a new governor or a new government. Maybe you should try that. I mean, I mean, you could change your politics, you know?
No. Trust me, I don't feel undertaxed here.
Imagine a political debate that has everyone buzzing. We're talking about a no-holds-barred argument between two heavyweights, Bill Maher and Scott Jennings. If you haven't heard about it yet, you're really missing out. This confrontation takes place on Maher's own turf, his iconic talk show, where things get, shall we say...
But it's the people who already are here. Take the Abrego Garcia character that we sent back to El Salvador. He has been in the country, or was in the country, for 14 years. He came in 2011, and it's 2025. And there's plenty of evidence that he was a pretty bad dude. And most people are looking at this saying, how did he come in and stay here for this long? Why shouldn't we be trying to pull levers to get people like that out of the country?
So your view is that bad dudes could be sent to a foreign prison? That can't be...
In the country where they are a resident or a citizen? Sure.
Okay, but that's
not
what the Constitution says. I mean, our friend Byron Donalds, who has been on the show before this week, said due process is reserved for American citizens. But that is not what the Constitution says.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe it should, but that's not what we're talking about. We're saying, what does it say? I mean, if you were the Founding Fathers and you were writing the Fifth Amendment or the 14th Amendment, because both of them use the word person, they knew the difference between the word person and the word citizen. It says no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process. That's the Fifth Amendment. The 14th says no state shall deprive any person of life, liberty, property without due process. So isn't it clear? I mean, you talk about creative means, but creative can just kind of morph right into, we're just going to do whatever I want. And I don't think, as you said, those polling numbers, even among Republicans, I don't think they want to live in a country where a guy just goes, you know, you're a bad dude. You go to torture chamber.
Well, that's not the country they live in. They live in a country where this guy had been to immigration court repeatedly.
But
He did. I mean, Maher, renowned for his liberal beliefs, going head-to-head with Scott Jennings, a conservative heavyweight, is enough to make anyone sit up and pay attention, right?
It's like when I hear people say it's the way he does it, what I hear is, well, I don't like the way he does it, and I would prefer he not do anything at all. Let's just kick the can down the road. That's what everybody else does. He didn't get elected to kick the can.
Really? There's no middle ground between doing nothing and doing it the right way? Please.
What's the right way?
Well, I don't know. Like if you were going to demolish a building, wouldn't you go in there and take out the valuable stuff first, as opposed to just knocking the fucking building down?
How many of the, I don't know. How many of the gang members would you consider to be valuable? I mean,
the problem.
No, I'm talking about Doge.
Oh, Doge?
You know, yeah, that kind of thing.
The problem is that, again, speaking of polls, most Americans agree violent criminals who are here illegally, undocumented, should be gone. It's all the other people who get caught up in the dragnet who might not be criminals, or, I mean...
It's a tense encounter with heated exchanges and, frankly, some nail-biting drama. This is more than just polite conversation. It's a full-fledged debate, with Jennings challenging Maher's liberal ideals through razor-sharp logic and wit.
He had
the
a
Venezuelans they're talking about in this case that the Supreme Court is focused on today, Trump wants to send them to El Salvador. They're not from El Salvador.
I mean, Trump was asked, do you have a duty to uphold the Constitution? And his answer was, I don't know, I'm not a lawyer. Cool. Wait. I'm just asking.
In the same breath, he said, on this case, we have the best lawyers, and we're going to abide by what the Supreme Court said. I mean, that was what his full statement was. Look, these people, these gang members, are not coming here to be productive Americans. They are coming here to rape, pillage, murder, steal, and wreak havoc on communities. The president was elected to fix it. I believe him when he says he's going to abide by Supreme Court decisions, but I don't think most people begrudge him creative ideas when it comes to getting them out when they've been allowed to stay here for so long.
They don't begrudge him a lot of ideas. I don't even begrudge him a lot of ideas like that. I don't want gangs in this country either. Or, was there bloat in the government? Or USA Aid, maybe there was some corruption. It's the way he does it. It's the wrecking ball nature,
But so when I hear...
It's like...
What about the stakes? Let's just say they're sky high. We're diving deep into the complexities of their fiery exchange. The I won William barbs, the rebuttals, and those rare moments where Maher, despite his strong stance, acknowledges Jennings' points. It's a clash of ideologies that captures the essence of modern American political discourse. This is no ordinary spat. Sparks are flying, making viewers ask, where do I stand on these issues? Oh, and may I ask a small favor? If you like content that breaks the mold and keeps it 100% authentic, consider subscribing. No rush, I'll be right here when you get back. Done already? You're one of the real ones. Welcome aboard. Now, let's get back into it. Ready? Let's dive into the heart of this dramatic showdown that unfolded right before our eyes. Bill Maher kicks off the conversation with his usual mix of confidence and humor, laying out a buffet of liberal ideas.
If anything, he is a disruptor. You got to give him that, because he has mixed up the right and the left this week as I haven't seen in a long time. I see lots of people on the right criticizing him for taking the plane and for being cozy with Qatar. I see lots of people, Democrats, centrists, people who you don't usually see saying nice things about Trump. Let me read Fareed Zakaria. Trump reminded us that sometimes his willingness to take risks and think outside the box can shake up old, tired ways. He could bring a new level of peace and stability to the Middle East. This is Jean Shaheen. She's the Democratic senator of New Hampshire. She's down with it. Sarah Jacobs, she's a congressman out here in California. Here's Rob Malley. He's in the Biden administration. I wish I could work for an administration that could have moved that quickly. Yeah, it's hard not to be simultaneously terrified, he says, by the things Trump does. Also awed by his willingness to brazenly shatter so many harmful taboos.
And I was amazed by reading some of these quotes from Biden State Department people who are like, man, I wish we could have done this stuff.
I mean, they're saying that because they wish their own president had been awake long enough to do anything like this. This is the problem. People respond to leadership. People respond to leadership. The president is functional and capable of going to another country and saying, I represent the United States. Let's wheel and...
his signature style. On the other side, Scott Jennings stays cool and composed, prepared to counter Maher point by point. It's no secret that Maher's show is a battlefield for political ideologies. So when Jennings, a prominent conservative commentator, joins the fray, you can feel the tension spike. The energy is electric. You can sense it through the screen. Jennings starts by clearly outlining his stance on immigration reform. He stresses the challenges that flawed policies impose on everyday Americans. It's all about protecting communities, ensuring safety, and, let's be honest, underscoring the legal side of things. It's a compelling setup, and you might find yourself nodding along, until Maher jumps in. Maher, never one to hold back, presents his own views, passionately advocating for a more open and humane immigration policy. He talks about the moral imperative to help the vulnerable during a time of growing division. The back and forth is powerful and gripping, with each point sharpened with intelligence. And yes, enough bite to leave a mark. Jennings, with his straightforward, no-frills approach, isn't just tossing out conservative talking points. He supports them with data, case studies, and real-world examples. He skillfully pokes holes in Maher's assumptions, planting seeds of doubt in the liberal narrative. This isn't just bluster. It's a strategic move that puts Maher on the defensive. Despite his usual composure, Maher appears rattled by Jennings' sharp counterpoints, his pauses and expressions revealing the pressure. Jennings cuts through legal ambiguity, arguing that being in the country illegally is a crime, forcing Maher to respond with nuance. At one point, Jennings questions whether American laws have become too lenient, putting Maher in a tough position to defend rights without excusing lawbreaking. The clash is intense, with Jennings appealing to law and order, and Maher to empathy and the American dream. Jennings's arguments are sharp and persuasive, but Maher holds his own. Occasionally, Maher even concedes points, showing the complexity of the issue. His humor adds brief relief, balancing the heat of the debate with wit.
A whole generation of young women that the best and fastest way to get rich is to have sex with people in front of strangers for money. We're teaching...
You're talking about OnlyFans?
I'm talking about OnlyFans. We're teaching young women that if you can have sex with 500 or 1,000 people in a short period of time, you'll be a cultural icon, and that is corrosive for the culture. And so to your point, it's different than it used to be, and what are we teaching these girls? It's not just the boys. What are we teaching them about their own personal humanity and values?
Okay. I don't think we're teaching them. I think they're doing it because the economy sucks. They don't want to... Thank you.
So you're saying this is the only job they can get?
I'm saying all these people are on OnlyFans. I know, not all of them, but yes, desperation leads people to do things just like that. I don't think most of them would want to do it, but I mean, we know in this state, there's no way a person can live in this state on a normal salary. They're just, and that's one reason.
So you can either start OnlyFans or get a new governor or a new government. Maybe you should try that. I mean, you could change your politics, you know?
No. Trust me, I don't feel undertaxed here in California. I've complained about the same thing.
And indeed, when Maher compares political ideas being bulldozed through the system, Jennings counters with the need for building, symbolically constructing a stronger nation. Maher stands firm, questioning Jennings on the ethics, morality, and dignity within immigration policy. He demands clarity on the line between protecting borders and isolating communities. His persistence strips back layers of Jennings' arguments, pushing him to show empathy or risk appearing cold. In essence, this clash mirrors America's deep political divide. Each argument reflects not only personal beliefs, but contributes to the larger question of national identity. Can conservative principles adapt to modern realities? Should liberal values evolve toward practical solutions? These are the underlying questions that linger, leaving viewers reflective and conflicted. Trying to sum up this clash in words, I'd say Jennings brings a surprising freshness to the table. He's precise, assertive, and methodical, while Maher navigates with humor and resolve. These discussions aren't just TV banter. They're shaping real conversations at dinner tables, in cafes, and all across social media. This isn't just a debate. It's a snapshot of America at an ideological crossroads. I'd genuinely love to hear your thoughts. Do Jennings's arguments resonate with you? Or does Maher's perspective feel more aligned? So what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments section below. And if you don't want to miss out on the hottest celebrity news, make sure to subscribe to Daily Finder.